Thank you very much. So I'm Dominic, the co-founder of Taljo, and Taljo's mission is to use tech to stop poverty. Now, I believe that the debt collection industry is days are numbered, and this is the reason why. So I used to work for my local council and used to help people that had debts. And one day I had a single mum come in and she was in floods of tears. And the reason was she had an eviction notice and council tax arrears letters. This was a lady that worked long hours, she had high private rent, and she paid for childcare. So it wasn't that she chose not to pay for those debts, it was the fact that she struggled with financial capability. She struggled to do a monthly budget. And Taljo believes that we can change the behaviour of creditors, one from making demands of people like this to actually changing the culture and resolving the underlying issues that get people into debt. Now, the Financial Conduct Authority have actually done some brilliant work on vulnerability already. And they've actually, in their latest paper, split it into 4 categories. So category 1 is low financial capability. This means that people struggle to do a monthly budget. Category 2 is low financial resilience. This means that people have less than £500 savings. Category 3 is recent life events. This could be divorce, separation, or bereavement. And category 4 is they could have a mental or physical health condition. This can include things like anxiety or depression. And I've added a 5th one in there, and that's affordability. Because of the high cost of living in some parts of this country now, that is actually driving people to vulnerability. The FCA say that up to 50% of the UK population are susceptible to vulnerability. So if that's not you, it could be the person that's sat next to you. Regulated companies have a statutory duty to identify and treat vulnerable customers fairly. If they fail to do this, they could be liable for a large fine. However, 83% of people who are vulnerable and over-indebted will not tell you that they're vulnerable and over-indebted. So how can you possibly protect those vulnerable people? And this is where Taljo comes in. And the way Taljo works is, step 1, you miss a payment. The customer misses a payment. Step 2, the creditor sends the Taljo questionnaire to the customer. The customer opens the Taljo questionnaire on their smartphone and fills it in. Once they filled it in, they receive a payment holiday from the creditor. Step 4, the results of the assessment will actually demonstrate what the underlying reasons are for that person getting into debt in the first place, and then refer out to support organisations to support that customer. Step 5, Taljo will inform the creditor of what the situation is with the customer's explicit consent, and then give them the best practice on how to deal with those underlying issues and support that customer going forward. We're going to price our assessments at £19.50 each, which is a significant saving opposed to a manual intervention. Our initial target is 100,000 assessments per month. We believe this to be about 5% of the missed payments in the UK per month. This is our team. We've got Rob. He's doing all of the builds and the Taljo machine coding, etc. Apparently, he's the brains of the operation. Not sure. One of us has got the looks. And I've been working in financial poverty, financial exclusion, financial inclusion, whatever you want to call it. I've been doing that for over a decade now. And I've also had the experience of taking a startup through from inception to sale to a PLC. This is where we are at the moment. We started the BGV. I left my job and just got in and done it. We've just been accepted by the FCA onto their innovation hub, which is a really good milestone for us. That's after full exposure of our product, so they're really on board. The MVP will be complete by the end of December, and then we'll have our pilot in January. The full rollout will start from March 2018. Although we're in the development stages, we're already receiving a significant amount of interest from banks, regulators and utilities. We think that Taljo will change the market for regulation in this area of vulnerability. We want to take advantage of being first to market. So we're on the lookout for partners, charities, any support organisations, investment, anything that's going to get us to maximise the growth as quickly as possible and take full advantage of market share. So if you believe in tech solving the poverty problem, then please come and find us after the show. Thank you very much.